Hi, I'm Linz. Welcome to Becoming Everwell, a channel where we talk about the ongoing journey of becoming. In today's life learning episode for Midlife You, we are talking about grappling with the impermanence of life.
I make sense of life by writing about real everyday stuff that makes us who we are. Some of these snapshots are fun, some are more serious. Maybe they'll open up something in you too. Let's grow.
We hit a squirrel while driving home from a weekend up north. The little creature darted out, hesitated momentarily, locked eyes with our beast of a car, then turned back and scrambled before our rear right tire got it. It all happened in a moment. My husband, who drove, didn't even have a chance to swerve. We absorbed the aftershock as we confirmed in our side view mirrors that the squirrel had indeed been struck. We both winced at the blunt loss of life. Meanwhile, I've recently come to know a death doula, more on that in a moment, named Maureen, who is also a wildlife rescue transport volunteer in her spare time. A few weeks ago, she rescheduled our planned call because an injured squirrel needed help, and on a whim, she rearranged her whole afternoon to transport the hurt squirrel to a rehab facility. Naturally, I became invested in the squirrel too at that point, and she kept me in the loop. I received an email entitled Squirrel Update with a squirrel and heart emoji, and it read this: "Good morning, Lindsay. I'm relieved to tell you that Mr. Zippy is on the mend. He's been taking his meds like a pro, his wounds are looking better, and his appetite is great. Prognosis is looking good. Thumbs up emoji." Now, I'm not a squirrel person per se. In fact, I don't pay much attention to squirrels at all, but I love dogs. And because I recognize a dog's likeness in most non-human beings, I have a heart for all animals. And somehow, the thoughtful care for the one squirrel helped lessen the blow for the tragic end of the other. But roadkill has been on my mind, as morbid as it is. It's just that New England, in the summers especially, invites so many naive young animals to the edges of unrelenting highways. I've been on a few road trips recently, so I've witnessed the aftermath of too many gruesome roadside scenes, and it's brutal. And I can't help but feel unsettled, because with each one, I automatically draw parallels to human life and keep getting reminded of life's fragility, impermanence, and potentially sudden end. Admittedly, death has been top of mind because I've immersed myself in the world of end-of-life planning, as I recently launched my new offering, Forever Letter Writing. In case you don't yet know, Forever Letters serve as and endure as a final act of parenting and love to be included alongside one's will. It's a last letter to your child, and I help parents of all ages write them. As part of my learning, I've connected with death doulas, hospice workers, trust and estate lawyers, wealth advisors, funeral home directors, funeral planners, a legacy photographer, priests, and the Connecticut Death Collective to hear their individual insights on end-of-life work and planning, which is how I befriended Maureen. When Maureen and I eventually connected, we got talking about wildlife rescue in general. She explained her process of transporting injured animals, creating a calm, warm, quiet environment in her car, void of talking, music, and podcasts, so not to further stress the creature who must already be suffering, she said. She also told me about a special sanctuary upstate that tends exclusively to opossums that can't be released. Maureen serves as an opossum ambassador there and described to me her absolute adoration for the marsupial. Although Maureen is not a wildlife rehabber herself, a role she heralds as heroic, she's committed to taking steps whenever she can to help. She told me that her volunteer work adds meaning to her life. Maureen's approach to service stood out to me when she remarked that it's easy to feel powerless in a human world. So her wildlife support efforts, to her, are constructive acts of compassion that simply add good energy to the universe. Now, opossums may not be your thing, but Maureen's mission is to take part in constructive acts of compassion that add good energy to the universe is a life learning nugget worth adopting. I imagine that in an ideal world, we're all fans of compassion and good energy. And I also know that it can feel like our small acts of compassion can get swallowed up and seem insignificant in such a big, splintered world. But what if we had proof that every small act of constructive compassion is actually contributing to a vast pool of good fortune that at some unknowing point in time will come back around and nurture you too? What if we all leaned into that kind of faith? A faith in the ripple effect and reverberation of compassion, a faith in the power of good energy, a faith in the universe having your back, a faith in each other. I like to imagine that reality. In our world, where bad news dominates, where humanity is fractured, and where the future seems daunting, I offer you this suggestion. Figure out the constructive, compassionate service that brings meaning to your one magnificent life. Get honest and clear on that. Then make room for it. Prioritize it. Because to be direct about it, you get one life. That's it. Do the thing in some capacity that warms your soul, makes you feel alive, and contributes positively to the world beyond yourself. I've come to learn from enough wise elders, energy workers, and thought leaders that the key to happiness is leading a meaning-rich life. And further, as we each bring more meaning to our lives, we're also adding to a universal storehouse of good energy. And that abundance of good energy benefits everything. So claim your meaning. There's enough room for all of us to have some. And let's go pepper the world with more compassion. Thanks for being here today and in the past, and I hope you'll stick around. I'd really love it if you'd pass along this YouTube channel to other people who you think would enjoy it. My growth is something I'm working on here in this platform, and your support and help would really help me. You can check out everything I do at lindsayhurdy.com. And if Forever Letter Writing is now piquing your interest, click on Work with Lindsay and go to Legacy Work, and you'll learn more about it there. I believe in you. I look forward to getting to know you better. Thanks again for being here. Until next time.
Be sure to like and subscribe and click that bell to get alerts for new posts. I'd be ever grateful.